Bismillah, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, here come another one. That's right, rap cream, yo, this is Supreme Shadi.
Hey, I'm Brittany Lee. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I work as a social worker for the state of Alabama and been there for going on 7 years come April. So as a social worker, working with children, I go out, I do home visits, I see them in the hospital, in the schools, in the homes, wherever they may be, ensuring they're safe, linking their families to resources needed. And what put me in that field is that at first I wanted to be a nurse, but nursing school didn't pan out for me. And so social work, I noticed, was something, it came easy to me because all you have to do is the right thing. That's kind of what put me in that field, was that it was just a second nature. Just do the right thing, always answer things honestly, and try to do your best. The things I like about Birmingham, I like how it has grown a lot, yet it's still kind of like a small town, like got a small town feel to it. So I like the history. It's a lot, and I like how we have made great strides, and there are improvements. Things have changed for the better, yet there is still a lot of deep-rooted, institutionalized traditions that I still come face to face with in my profession and in my personal life. So I do like the great strides we've made, yet there still is something that's just being with the South. It's like the ugly comes with the good. And my parents grew up during the civil rights movement. They participated as the children, foot soldiers, because their parents had to work. And my mom and my dad told me stories about the things they experienced with Bull Connor and the rest of those in power who wanted to keep the city segregated. And it's a conversation I'm glad, and things I learned that I'm glad that she taught me and that he tells me about, because despite it being bad and ugly, it's still history, and it happened, and it can happen today if we let things get back to that point. They had a lot of post-traumatic stress from it. They had a lot of residual trauma from it. They were afraid to interact with white people to an extent. But with us being a new generation and having to experience the things they worked hard and struggled for, I didn't see the same things they saw. And so that helped them grow, and that helped them learn that people can change. Things are getting better. There is still change that need to be done, but it's not as bad as what it used to be when they grew up. And that was one thing I know my mom used to tell me that all the time, and my daddy, he still tells me. So I'm happy about it, but I know if we were to forget about the past, it can easily happen again. When I was probably about 8 or 10, on Sunday nights, ABC used to always air like Disney movies or whatever, and during Black History Month, they would do Black history or African American movies or things focused around the civil rights especially. And so we used to watch Selma, Lord Selma, and it was a tough movie to watch, especially with my mom and my dad. My dad, he just didn't want to watch it because it, again, brought up things that they experienced while in school. But my mom used to cry watching it, and then she would go into detail talking about the things she experienced with the dogs and the water hoses, and just to live and see that, it was just, I don't know, it was heart-wrenching. It hurt, and I didn't like to see her go through that, and I guess it just made it so much more important for me when I became an adult to try to do things the right way and go about engaging the public and working with people who I may not, who may not mean me well, but because I think a lot of the racism that's going on in Birmingham is because, well, in the world in general, is because you just don't know. They don't have any experience with working with people of a different color or being around people of a different color. And so once you do that and try to engage people and you let them know I am the same, or we are the same, and we all want the same thing out of life. And I think that's one way we can work towards everybody unifying and being a better person, a better population.
I'm trying to spit it, not